Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. This morning I'm getting ready to leave Riley's base camp, and it's kind of sad all the time whenever I have to leave people, but at the same time I have some big adventures coming up and we have a lot of traveling to do. So I'm going to start off the right way, but this morning is proving challenging. I'm having a little bit of an issue with my batteries and refrigerator, and I've been going through this for a bit, and initially I thought it was the fridge, because it made sense. I thought that the cover was hanging up and it kept dropping it down whenever I'd move things. That happens sometimes when you stack stuff. However, then realized it wasn't that. I took the cover off, I put it up in the roof, and it's still doing weird stuff. So I could put the cover back on, but I think I'm just gonna leave it up there till I get back to base camp. I've been troubleshooting the batteries, and I'm thinking that my bigger, newer All Power is having a few little glitches. I'm not sure how to explain this best, but long story short, I charged up everything. So we're gonna do some extensive testing as we hit the road. But for now, I need to load up the van and organize because it looks like a crazy mess in there right now. So I have a few things up on the roof here that I need to put into the roof box, including my fancy clothes bag and my chair, which I managed to lose the cover for, so it's fine. I need to put those things back up on the roof. I just filled up my water, and I need to find places for these things that I bought at the Amazon returns place. Some of these will go inside the regular van, like this shirt. Others will just go up on the top because they're gifts. So I just have to get everything kind of in its place. In the meantime, I think I have managed to lock my door. Good job, me. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. This morning I'm moving not super slow, but not super fast. Okay, I have some laundry that I'll be putting away when I get to my campsite later on, so I'm just gonna bring my laundry bag out. It's gonna mostly go in the poof because I have a lot of room. It doesn't look like it, but I do. And then the other part of that I will be putting into my small pillows because that's where it goes. But instead of worrying about that this morning, I decided I'm just gonna bring it out and I'll have a good job to do at camp later. I already have my lights charging. I had my shower bag out because I took a shower this morning, so I need to put it back in its place. And this battery right here, this All Power, is doing great. I got this one all charged up. This is my tried and true. I love this particular unit. It is amazing. However, the unit that's been sitting over there, that's the one in question. It's just having some weirdness. So it's going to be interesting. Anytime that I try out something new on the channel, this is why I tell you don't buy it until I've tried it, because I will beat it up. I will put it through the test and I will let you guys know what really happens behind the scenes, not just from the unboxing. I think unboxings are great, but at the same time, I think that there's some value to having some feedback after. So that's why I've kind of designed my channel to do that. And sometimes that puts me in a weird pickle. This battery has drained completely to zero 3 times on this trip, and that is not typical. None of my other batteries have done that, and I have included plugging in the actual refrigerator to the other power station. In fact, I have left the Jackery plugged into the refrigerator now for about 10 hours. Let's do a little look at this. 91%. Yeah, 10 hours and it's only at 91%. So clearly the issue is not the fridge. Now, taking a little bit more of a deep dive, the fridge actually did something kind of weird, and that's what initially made me think that it was the fridge. It dropped down sub-zero, and I thought that's kind of strange. And then I realized, oh, the cover is touching the buttons. The buttons are super sensitive. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I had nothing on top of it whatsoever, and I noticed that the other night it did the same thing. And again, I thought, okay, it might be the fridge. But then I tested it on another power station and it did not do that. And then I tested it on the other power station and it did not do that. So I think what's happening is it's somehow getting some form of like surge through the battery, which kind of is concerning because I use this battery for a lot of things. This just makes me realize that I'm probably not going to be really using that one for the fridge going forward. In all reality, what do? You can't just dispose of this, and I wouldn't want to. It still works. It just doesn't work efficiently how it's supposed to. I will still get my use out of it though. So for you guys, I just wanted to kind of do a follow-up, but now it is time for me to get my ladder out, crawl up top, put some stuff up, and try to get my life together. I still have to go change, and then the last thing I'll bring down, of course, is my laptop and my laundry, and then we'll go on our adventure, and it should be interesting today. I have some things planned that seem fun, and then I have a campsite already picked out, and I know what I'm going to be doing on my next adventure day. So I am well ahead, and using the Wi-Fi here, thanks to Riley and her family, was absolutely amazing, and I appreciate them. Such amazing hosts. They were so kind. I always feel so welcome, and I truly dearly appreciate them. So I hope that if you're watching, thank you. But now let's get to it. First off, I'll put my water away. It's for everything, and everything has a place. Ugh, but one-handed it's hard. Okay, I think I'm gonna take this like basic plastic bag and put the things that I got for my parents in it so I can kind of protect them on the roof and I don't have to move them back and forth all the time because otherwise they have to go in the van. That's just not gonna work out right now. So up on the roof they go, I hope. My roof is extra packed right now because of all the things that we were planning on doing with our travels, and oh my goodness, let me tell you, it's gonna be interesting up there, but I can do this. I wanted to bring back something for my parents just because I found it and I was like, ooh, and so I'm not gonna limit myself by not doing that, so we can figure this out. Okay, I got everything in there. It's a little all over the place, but if I can get this key in, we'll lock up and then we're ready to start our next step. This thing is very full though, so it's being a little bit more difficult. I don't like it being this full. And I have this that I'm actually going to be showing you guys in the future, something that Road Pro sent me, and I really like it, so I'm going to see what we can do with this. So before I left Texas, I bought this giant box of hot hands, and then as I've been going around to different locations and using them, I've just been restocking them. I found 2 different bags for $3. They were 10 packs, so 20 new hand warmers for $3. And so I just restocked this, and now I get to put it away in its hidden place. I also picked up this new visor cover so that I can potentially replace mine. I'm not sure if it's going to work out or not, so I'm going to take it with me, and then when I get out to camp, I'll test it out. If it doesn't work, that's okay. I'll just roll it up, put it behind my bed because it's small, and then I'll take it home, and then maybe my parents will be able to use it for their vehicle. But again, $3. This one is one that was normally marked. Looked up this particular one. It's normally $25 on Amazon, so $3. We love that deal. Okay, last but not least, I need to put these things in my fridge. I had picked up a few things that we might have made to watch the game the other day, and we decided not to because we had plenty of food. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use these on the road. Now with that means I have to make some room though. So I have some organizing to do. It doesn't seem to matter how many times I'm on the road. There's always something that we can learn and something that we can take away from being on the road. I think I'm gonna have this guy later, so I'm gonna leave it out because it's still a little bit cold from the freeze. Okay, everything is packed up, everything is ready. So now it's just a matter of me going and getting dressed, and then we're hitting the road. Okay, so since I'm not gonna be traveling with Riley now, there's no need for the walkies, so I'm gonna have to put it up. But I have to figure out where I put my bag for them, so I think what I'm gonna do is, for the meantime, I'm just gonna put them in my center console, but gotta go get it from Riley.
I'm so sad.
Are you sad?
No.
She's not giving it back. Okay. Don't worry, I might be back.
Yes.
I've got a plan, and if it works out, I'll come back to Vegas.
Yay.
And if it doesn't, then we talk every day.
Oh yeah, we do talk every day.
But I gotta put this guy away. Bye, Riley. No, but for real though, I do have to go. Riley is parking me in as she always does.
Yeah, I'm not letting her leave.
I'm gonna get to travel as long this time, but we have plans.
Yeah, we do.
And if I come back, the plans will be sooner rather than later.
Yes.
So we'll see, but I'm gonna say goodbye and then we'll hit the road. I don't know where we're going yet. I have an idea, but I'm not sure. So the good thing is everything's in the van. For real though, she doesn't want me to leave. She tried to walk back inside and still did not move the Subaru. I get it. We had a lot of fun. With that said, she's gonna move now so I can get up out of here. It is kind of sad to not like be able to just like hang around because we're used to like not having a super long time to just like do, but like we have so much fun in the time that we do. So it's never goodbye. It's always I'll see you later. And in this case, it might be I'll see you soon, but I also don't want to overstay my welcome ever. And again, Riley's family's been so kind. I truly, genuinely have enjoyed being able to base camp out of this particular location for a few days. And oh wow, not to mention we got to watch the Super Bowl with her family. That was cool. Super neat. It's really nice to be able to have those moments just to enjoy. So with that, I'm gonna get up out of here. After I took off, I had some kind of unsettling news. Someone had told me that they recognized the campsite that I had stayed at, and because I was going to go back to that campsite, I had to kind of change my plans. So I ended up here. The positive is this is a super cool place, and I'm really excited because there's always brain wrinkles. And wow, these are actually really cool brain wrinkles. The Old Spanish Trail from 1829 to 1848, the Cottonwood Valley area. It says that they led the first commercial caravan from Santa Fe, New Mexico to El Pueblo del Nuestra Señora La Reina de Los Angeles. I think I said that right. If I did not, I'm super sorry, but that ended up being the Old Spanish Trail. And they would go to to markets in Southern California using this. And sometimes they would be on foot or sometimes they would be on horseback. And you can see here, it's kind of a little glazed looking on the video, but you can see where the trail would have been. You can see all of that is marked with the red. So the red splits off in several different ways based on different patterns of weather, different conditions, different ways to get there. And you can see that through that, other things started to become established, like the regular roadways taking us to these different locations. That is so neat. But it also said that Spain originally began searching for a direct land route to New Mexico and California to their colonies in the 1700s. And Native Americans of this region right here actually would do trade with them long before the European settlers arrived. All of this area at one point in time was linking the Spanish colonies, which were right here in the United States before the United States was the United States. That is super neat. I think that the cool thing about history is no matter where we go, there's something to be told about the places that we are at. Long before we came there, other people were there. And the Native American history has always been super predominant and prevalent in the forefront of my videos because I think it's fascinating to see the first people of our area. I think it's very important to learn from that and then also to see how our country was developed. So signs like this really help us out. Now, this area is a really cool place because of the trailhead, so you can get to a lot of different places. A lot of people come through and mountain bike in this area. And so while we're here, I'm just gonna take a look around. There's some more signs over here that I'll check out, but I need to get out my Road Pro real quick because I'm gonna be making something delightful, but it needs some time to cook. Actually, I could probably throw it in the Hot Logic since I'm going to be driving for like 2 hours now. Now, I will say there's no camping in this area, so you cannot stay overnight despite the fact that this is a very nice parking lot. They do have hitching posts so that you can bring your horses out here. And this entire area is like the horse camp area, so you can pull in and actually set up and have space for your trailers. But on the opposite side is the regular car parking. I wanted to come to this side so that I could check out the sign, but there's a little vault toilet and another kiosk over here, so we'll go over here in just a moment. Okay, into the van I go. Ooh, the door almost closed on me. I'm gonna pull out the Hot Logic from its little spot. I have to get something out of the back. Ooh. Okay, I found it. This is a fajita seasoning, but I'm going to use it kind of in a different way. I got these at the Dollar Tree. These things are great. Now we get in the van and we figure it all out. I have a couple things that I could make today that are super easy for the Hot Logic. So I figured, why not try one of them? Now, again, today's gonna be a weird one because I was getting all back in the zone. I was ready. As I was talking to you guys about the cool things that I was kind of trying to do, but also the reset that I needed to do, I was just like, okay, this is gonna be awesome. And then, just like everything else in life, sometimes weird stuff happens. So instead of getting really frustrated or frazzled, what I try to do is just always keep like a clear mind. Ooh, things are falling. Let me fix this. Oh, okay, that's better. Instead of letting things like get to me, I found that if I just take a breath, stop for a second, figure out a plan, and then move on, it's the best thing I can possibly do. So this is gonna be the same thing. Is it ideal that I have to move on for safety? No, it is not. It's never convenient. It is never one of those things. But at the same time, as a responsible person who doesn't want to have weirdness, it is what it is. It's kind of one of those things that you have to just be mindful. And again, I'm sure that people are super nice, but you get a little bit eked out after somebody has done some not nice things and then suddenly people pop up and they're like, oh, let me go camp. I hate that I feel this way. I genuinely hate that I feel this way because it makes me anxious in a way that like I normally am not. It makes me sad because I love to meet you guys. And like every time that I've met people, they've been super, super nice. But you always have to remember that like even though most people are nice, it only takes one bad egg. And unfortunately that bad egg has showed their head in my face in the world of my life. And unfortunately, because of the situation, I just have to be extra careful because if it was with other people, I'd be fine, but I'm not. And so, you know, I travel so I'm not stressed, not so that I will be more stressed. And sometimes it's stressful, so it is what it is, but I'm not gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna make my meal. I'm gonna move on. I have another location that I wasn't gonna go to for a few days. That is gonna change me from going to Red Rock, which is going to stink because I really wanted to go there, but it's fine. It's fine. I always need to worry about that. And yes, I probably could return to Riley's house tonight, but I just don't want to. I don't want to overstay. I feel really bad doing that. I don't like to be that person. So it's worth it for me just to move on. I'm mobile. I can, and so I'm going to. And I know that I owe no one an explanation for any of my actions. I get that. But at the same time, like, I want you guys to understand that safety has to be so important. Because if it's not, there are unfortunately, a lot of people who just don't always have your best interest out there for you. So I picked up these beef and bean green chili burritos. They're just the Tina's brand. They were on super sale, so I got them for like the cheap. So I'm going to put 2 of these into the Hot Logic. Now it's time to add the sauce, and this is going to be messy, so I'm going to look for a trash can after this. Then I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of Monterey Jack cheese on top of it. Looks about like this. This is an easy dinner option. And then I just put the lid on top of it, and then it'll go inside the Road Crow. And then after that, we'll get to cooking. Okay, we're all plugged up and we're about to start cooking. I'm pulling up my map and we're gonna go over to the other parking lot, read some kiosks, and then get out of here. Oh, this is cool. We're actually part of Red Rock Canyon at this trailhead. I did not know this. This is part of the Cottonwood Valley Trail System, according to this. You can see patches to the trail here and goes up into the mountains. And then on this side, there's the Cottonwood Valley trailhead. So that's pretty neat. And then the Bonnie and Clyde trailhead. And then of course you can get up to Blue Diamond from here. So really neat. And again, this is all about mountain biking. There's tons of people who come out here to bike. So that's really neat. It's more history. It says today's modern highways sometimes follow the ancient trails, and in southern Nevada, our highways frequently run right alongside them. And the Old Spanish Trail is not the exception. It is more so the rule. In fact, there are numerous places in Nevada who run across the Old Spanish Trail. The reason for this is because the earliest settlers here, well, not only the Spanish settlers, but also the European settlers would consult with the Native Americans to find out how to get places. And they would show them these paths. And then they would go in and they'd start out to build infrastructure, and you know, now we have all of this. So many of the things that we have now are a direct result of the Native Americans that were in this area, and then the Spanish people who originally were in this area. So that is really cool, but there's more. Look at this, guys. These are really neat. Also, this is from Scottsbluff National Monument in Nebraska, which we've been to on the channel before. This shows the Los Angeles Trail in 1867. Of course, this one gives a little bit more context to what we were learning about on the other sign, but it's kind of interesting because it also mentions that the Old Spanish Trail stretches over 150 miles, and then there's a full map of all of the trail from Santa Fe all the way up to Colorado, to Utah, into Arizona, Nevada, and California. But it says that the Old Spanish Trail was designated as a National Historic Trail in 2002, and several of the places that you can find here in Nevada are right along I-15, which is really neat. And just like that, we're gonna get blown away by the radio, which leads me to remember that we don't have a song of the day, so I need to select that real quick. I was really excited about learning the history of this area. I think it's super cool to be able to connect with sites, even if they're just a little pull off like this. And so even though the day's been weird, has it been weird? I feel like I've done something, I've gotten some new brain wrinkles, and that was really cool. So yay, song of the day, song of the day. I think I'm just gonna pick something that's like a bop. Something that like drives me along, something that I'm gonna feel good just going down the highway. And I think it's gonna be Rick Ross, BMF. A lot of people don't like hip hop. It's okay. Meanwhile, food is in here. It is turned on. I'm thinking that by the time that I stop for a stretch break that it will be nice and ready. In the meantime, all of our batteries are ready to go. I have a drink in the cup holder, and I think all is good. Okay, I made it to the Area 51 Alien Center. I'm gonna get some gas here, but I thought I'd go inside and see if there's anything wild. I haven't been here in a while, so this should be interesting. Ooh, so while that's pumping, today has been interesting. Despite the fact that it took a turn, I'm kind of happy that I got to do something a little bit different. I was planning on coming through this area, but not quite yet. So it's a change of pace, it's change of scenery, and it's definitely been interesting. There's a lot of alien stuff along 95 as you're going closer and closer to Area 51. One of many that you'll see. But for now, gas was $3.35 a gallon. Looks like $22.69 on the pump. So that's all in all not too bad. Now the gas is pumped and everything, so now I can move. But I definitely kind of wanted to just like reposition, because after I get out of the Alien Center, Center, I want to get some of my food out and just eat a little bit before I hit the road again. I'm only about 20 minutes away from the place that I'm going to end up for the day, and I have an adventure planned there, so that should be super fun. I'm looking forward to the food though because it smells really good. So I'm going to go and hang up the pump, and I'll see you guys inside the Alien Center. Sure. My new friend here. This place is big. I don't remember all these things. They have a little bit of everything in here. So many alien things.
I wouldn't do any hitchhiking around here if I were you.
Hot sauce. Okay. Ooh, don't mind if I do. I should try these on. Look like though. Ooh, these feel small. These feel very weird. They're fun though. Okay, made it back, and I found a couple things that I definitely liked. I ended up with a couple patches, which I'll put on the ceiling later on, since I have all the new Velcro. And overall, I think today was a good time to be here because they said it wasn't very busy, and so I was able to just kind of explore around. They had some really cool t-shirts, a lot of stickers, a lot of different magnets, and a whole set of patches. So I got one for the extraterrestrial highway, and then also for Area 51. So I'm gonna just put these away, and now it's time to eat. Everything looks nice and heated up, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out my dish. Then I've already unplugged everything, so I'll roll up my cord, put this away, and then we'll look at this. Also, while I was inside the store, I found this. This is a wild cream and cherry Pepsi. Haven't tried it before, so oh, I actually like that. I really like the cherry Pepsi, and I liked the strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper, but I haven't had one of the cream Pepsis before. So this one's pretty good. Yeah, I would get this again. I would definitely get this again. I always try out the new things, but now it's time to eat. So inside the little corners we go. We got to pop it open, and we should be able to lift it after I get this popped up just a little bit. There we go. It's moving now. So this has been in for about an hour. It looks really good. I'm very excited about this. Definitely nice and warm. Though, is it good? That's actually pretty good. You know, sometimes you don't have to do the most to have something decent. You just put things together. A burrito by itself is okay. It's pretty dry though. Putting just this little tiny bit of sauce on it. With that said, I think I'm going to go ahead and finish up this and then hit the road again toward our next destination, which I will share with you tomorrow. I don't know where I'm going to end up camping tonight. I have a few destinations, but I may get into the van and say, okay, I'm just going to drive. Or I may get to my van and say, okay, I'm going to stay kind of in this area. I just don't know yet. Today's been a weird day. Again, all my plans that I had kind of went whoosh out the window. I have been keeping in touch with my friends that I'm going to go visit though. And our friend Christine gave me a good suggestion down by where I'm going to be visiting that friend. So I'm super excited. It's going to be really, really fun. I guess that's it. So coming to you live from the Alien Center at Area 51. I did not get abducted by aliens, and I'm kind of happy about that. Till next time. Bye.